it's MK, and I am here with a kit conspiracy layout for you guys, and I am still working on my 2024 cruise kit that Janet and I built from our stash. So the first thing is that I pulled out this branding strip that I had from the previous layout, and then I've got my sunburst frames here, and I want to pull out some of the peachy pink colors just because of the fact that it really matches the photos and it really matches my little go-kart as well as my shirt that I'm wearing. So I don't know exactly which ones I need, so I just went ahead and pulled out a few. And then I also have my 4 photos, which you will see that I decided I didn't want to do a double page layout. So I'm actually going to end up shrinking some of these photos. Some of them I just cut down, but one of them I do actually reprint. I have this piece of paper that I received from my paper swap that I did at the Carson house. And then I have this Cedar House hexagons paper that is this gorgeous wood grain on the other side. And from Heidi Swap Set Sale, I have all of these cool tags, which I want to cut out these peach ones. And then I also end up using items from my tray that is right here on the left. I just haven't picked out what I wanted yet. When I'm at a retreat, I don't usually scrap the same way that I do when I'm at home, where I don't feel like I'm rushed. And for this specific retreat, I only brought my kit, conspiracy kits, and usually I guess it's different. Depending on if I already have my photos picked out, which for this one I did not. I just took one of my 2024 cruise albums and brought it. Whatever photos were in there is the photos that I was going to use. And then for these particular ones, it was a little bit harder for me to decide what it was that I was going to go through, especially that tray. That tray is really giving me a lot of anxiety. So at the end of this, or in the middle of doing this specific layout, I do actually go through my tray and sort out all of the wordy bits and all of the icons and all of just everything, just to see if I can organize it a little bit more, because it honestly, it's driving me nuts. And you'll see that up here real soon where I do actually end up organizing it. It's still a lot of product, but at least now I can go through this one divided section and see all of the words, and go through this one and see all the animals or, shells, things like that. So I'm very, very happy with how it looks. But during this retreat, it was just making me anxious because it was a hot mess. All right, so I went ahead and cut out all of those tags, and then I'm going to go ahead and rip this specific paper. Now, I wanted the illusion that the center of this paper was ripped to reveal this gorgeous wood grain. So that was my whole idea behind this. Plus, I really wanted to give that feel of the roller coaster with having that jagged edge and going down and into the jungle. And I don't know if it's called a jungle or not, but it was gorgeous. The scenery was beautiful. If I was able to take pictures, I probably would have, but at the same time, I did not. This would have been a great video to record on Janet's little GoPro that she has, but we only use it for, she only uses it for scuba diving. So, or at least that's what we did on this trip and the trip before. But this would have been great if she had it set up like on her knee or on her chest or something, and recorded the whole process, because it was just the scenery going through and being on this little track was fabulous. It really, really was. All right, so I like I said, I'm trying to recreate that feel of going through, all the twists and turns with my ripped paper. And then, of course, I wanted it to be ripped so that way I could show off that gorgeous wood grain. So my gap wasn't quite big enough. And at first I thought, well, I'll just make a small little gap, and then I will cut off the edges based off of how big I want my gap to be. And then I thought, I'm not sure if that's the way I want to do either. I ended up doing both. So now I have 2 ripped pieces, and I still end up trimming off my little bits and pieces from this paper. So yeah, it was an experiment to say the least. So I'm still working with my distresser. I've got my little vacuum and vacuum up all that paper dandruff. And here we go. So I want my photos to be in the middle of the crease or of the gap. And then mostly on top of that wood grain. And it's going to really make those peachy pieces, the peach elements that I picked out, really, really pop. So here is my wood grain. And again, this is where I decide, okay, how big do I really want my piece to be? So this is where I figure it out, which I should have done in the beginning. But as you can see, there's about 1 inch on each side of my paper, of my other print, that hangs off. So I do end up cutting that off as well. So this roller coaster, this was in Labadie. And it's one of those self-guided, no, not guided, controlled roller coasters. So you've got these little handles, and you pull back to slow yourself down, and you push forward to go. Well, the way that I was in there, I actually could barely use the tippity tips of my fingers and push down to get them to go. So I felt like I was just pushing down the whole way, just to get it to go, because I couldn't grasp the handles. They were just way too far away. My arms weren't long enough, I guess. And I got so worried because basically it was controlling itself. I could not grasp the handles to pull back. I could not grasp the handles to go forward because of the seatbelt. I just couldn't get a hold of the controls. And it was such a simple little design that I could have left them all the way forward, but and I was trying to push them all the way forward, because there for a while I felt like I was going too slow, and I didn't know when they were going to release the next person and how fast was that person going to go. So it was one of those, think about it moments, right? It wasn't scary. I'm not going to use the word scary moment, but it did, it was one of those moments that, I don't know if they have like a certain point of when they release the next person. Do they hear? Do they listen? Do they have a little, I ran over a signal and it starts blinking red that says, oh, she's there, release the next person. I don't know. And so I really felt like I was going super slow, but honestly, I could not touch my controls. I was tippity tip finger pushing them down, trying to get it to go. And it was super fun. It really was. But I have to say too, that because I wasn't pulling back on them, I wasn't really slowing myself down either. There was just certain spots where it kind of went up and you lost momentum, but then it went back down and you gained that momentum back. So it was super fun. It really was. I had a blast, as you can tell on my face, that I am super happy and super excited, except for the fact that there's a shadow on my face. So I guess you can't really see it. So anyways, I am trying to push all these little tickets underneath and build up my little clusters and layers. I'm basically doing a 4 squared design, except for the fact that they are not the only things on my layout. Like I have a ripped section out of the middle of my design. And now I'm home. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not, but somewhere in the middle of me creating my background mat, my glass mat changed. And so now I am at home. This is my home mat. I'm thinking that I want to reorder one of these mats for my travel mat. In all honesty, it's a debate that I've had in my brain, like it's hard to debate, right? But it's a debate that I've had in my brain because I don't know how distracting my travel mat is, being all those different blues and whatnot? Does it take away from the design of my layout because it is very dynamic, where this one here is very subtle and allows my layout to shine on this particular glass mat? So I'm not really sure exactly what the plan is just yet, but I know that I've been thinking on it heavily of whether or not I should change my travel mat to something that matches what I've got going on here. Not to fool you guys on whether or not I'm traveling or not, but to ease the eyes, I guess, is what I'm trying to do. Okay, so I've got these two flare that are from the oh golly, Karen Yeagle, I think is her name. A viewer actually posted it in a comment. I still don't know what the name of her shop is. Precious Papers. No, I don't think that's her. Something like that. But she had a shop. I heard that she is not well, so I don't know if her shop is active or not. But we do wish Karen all the best and well wishes for her health. But that is the two flare that I received was from Karen and her cute little shop. And then the fun with the arrow is actually an epoxy flare from Scrappin Happy Studio. So I've got two different kinds. My goal is to dwindle down my flare obsession. I have a lot of flare, you guys. And it's weird too, because I have flare that is that's in a bin to where I dig through it, because they're just everyday flare that can be used for everything, anything. And then I have flare that are specific to categories, and so those are in my category section. So it's just really weird that I have to remember to look in certain spots for the flare. Like this fun flare was actually found in the digging of the bin instead, and same with the color wheels. But yes, that's it's just something that I need to do. I need to start using my flare, not on every layout, but using my flare. All right, you guys, so that is my layout for today. Again, I don't know why my camera keeps going out of focus. Maybe it is time that I just need to upgrade. Oh, heaven forbid. I still don't, I'm still not comfortable using my cell phone to record, but, maybe it's something that I need to look into and rethink what I'm going to be doing. All right, you guys, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it. Don't forget to check out Janet Fritz's channel, who is Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube. She is my partner in crime when it comes to basically almost all things YouTube these days. So we really appreciate it. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed yet or not, but we have been collaborating on videos. So if you, I think how it works is that if you can't find her channel, her video is still listed on my channel, or the link to the video is still listed on my channel. And then same with hers. My videos are linked on her channel. It's an experiment that we started this month. So let me know if it's helpful, or if you guys have noticed it, and if it's any advantage at all. So let us know. All right, you guys, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I truly appreciate it, and I will check you guys all later. Bye.